So, guys, you've been working diligently on, for quite a while now for manifesting these happily ever afters, right? And to be emotionally stable. Well, you've finally made it, guys. We'll go ahead and do a shuffle, see what else Spirit wants to share with us, right? We got the Queen of Cups matching our King of Cups. So you have balanced the inner masculine and the feminine energies. And so now the universe has nothing to do but to show up just for you. 33 seconds on the timer. So the universe is going to show up for you now that you have balanced your masculine and feminine energies, and these passionate new beginnings offers are going to start rolling into you, right? Or in for you, right? So it's quick. The Knight of Wands is, a fast moving energy, quick decisions, generosity, um, you know, uh, competitor or a sportsman or someone that loves challenge. So this could be your energy, or this could actually be someone else's energy coming in. So, this is, a lot of passion, a lot of abundance, and sometimes it's a little bit short lived, but, a lot of times, it just depends on the intentions from behind. And, with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups showing themselves to us, we know that this is a more emotionally stable, you know, uh, beginning, an emotionally stable new adventure coming in for us, right? Maybe in the past, we've had a lot of bickering. This Five of Swords energy is being defeated. You felt defeated. You felt like, no matter what you've done, that people have always just taken advantage of you, abused you, but, like we said, we have balanced those masculine and feminine energies. And so we are leaving behind this toxicity, right? We're leaving behind the toxic masculine and feminine energies, right? These toxic patterns from our families, 212. And we have aligned now. We got this King of Wands, and he is all about leadership. So we have aligned to our highest selves, right? Being in charge and decisive. You're very independent, you're optimistic, you know. But this is someone, that you inspire others too. So, you are walking in your power now. People from the past may have tried to, persuade you or make you scared to move in a different way. But no matter what, no matter how much your heart was broken, you always returned to a space of the truth of, who you are, right? The truth of the fact that, you are, uh, this unfathomable, this, you know, untouchable person, right? They're this being of beautiful essence, right? Of all this joy and abundance, right? Feeling like you're youthful and, a lot of freedom, adventure, and, um, new beginnings, right? So you have released yourself from all of those burdens from the past, all of those heartaches, all of those heartbreaks, and now you have redirected your energy, your vibration, your thought processes, your mental plane, your physical plane, your spiritual plane to align with, love, abundance, truth, passion, and all of those wonderful and blissful things, right? We got two coming out now. The Magician with the Six of Wands. You've realized, that you are just as responsible for creating your reality as what, anything outside of you is, whether that's God, the universe, your spirit guides, ancestors, angels. You've realized, that working in your creativity and in your power, the truth of who you are is going to bring you the abundance in which you need, because the Six of Wands is all about abundance and achievements, right? It's success and victory and winning, and having an advantage over and triumphing through all of those challenges, right? 444 on the timer as I look up. So you've realized that you are the magician. You are the one that helps to co-create your reality, and that your vibration, and your imagination is what brings to you, your reality here in this 3D timeline. So, and on that split of the deck, we've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, right? Exactly what I was talking about. You've realized, that your mental capacity and ability to align yourself to these higher timelines, right? Not those of pain and sorrow, but ones of passion, and joy and abundance and love. This Queen of Swords is all about the thoughts dominating feelings and perceptiveness, keen insight, being attuned and aligned to your inner guidance, your intuition, right? So, and being this Queen of Swords, you're not going to bow down to anyone else. You know your power. You're going to stand in your power. And, you're not going to let anyone push you around. And you're bringing this in now into the physical realm, onto this earthly plane, 555 on the timer, rather than just letting it, rather than just, you know, sticking to those old thought processes, 606, right? You're realizing the power that you actually have to bring these things that you've dreamt about and envisioned and wanted, desired, 616 on the timer for quite a long time now. So you've realized your power, you know who you are, you're working to, change the thought processes that used to keep you down, and those outcomes. You're working to focus on now those things in which you are passionate about, right? And which you want to nourish, right? Whether you nourish the negative or the positive, either way, you're going to get more of what you nourish, plant, water, and feed, right? The stalemate, or Two of Swords, is about a stalemate, truce, sitting on the fence, a crossroads. So many of us are in that crossroad time right now. A lot of stressful decisions, but you have, proved yourself loyal time and again, and regardless, you are going to make that choice that enables you to move forward in on this earthly plane and to be successful, right? The Ace of Pentacles is a financial new beginning, financial opportunities, new job, new business, prosperity, abundance, security, stability, money, and investments coming in. So, guys, you're bringing in all of this stability, all of this love, all of this abundance just for yourself and for your family, right? Because, you're not the kind of person that is not going to share your abundance. You've always been that person to share your abundance, to share your gifts, to share your supply. And that's why in the past, 223 on at this is the time right now. That's why in the past, you've always given above and beyond, and regardless of, that heartbreak and pain. 808, you realize and know that you stand in the power, and that you've known for a long time that, that karma, it always comes back to you. All of that good that you've put in, will come back to you, even if those surrounding people, were, the liars and the deceivers. You gave out of a honest heart and out of a passionate heart, right? So you're going to get all that abundance and blessings coming back. Spirit, God, Father, the universe, Jesus, whoever you pray to, or talk to for, in the spirit realm, now that this is all for your abundance and your good.